Hey, we pushed. Oh yes, we're going to check the navy. Okay. You guys done? You guys are done. Brilliant. Huzzah! Let's start you guys going next. Which kills the oil. Unsurprisingly. Carriers is nearly finished. You guys are all submarines. You should join the submarine flotilla. And then we'll need to add the carrier once it's done. Oh, you know what else I'm going to need to research? Probably carrier planes. Funny how the Third International AI never sends volunteers to China except for India, of course. Maybe a law reason for it. Don't know. I don't know. Ah, there we go. Now I can see the skill gain. 5%. Germany East Asia declared war on the Indo-Chinese Union. Did it indeed? You mean the syndicalist Indo-Chinese Union? Which clearly is crying out for some assistance. One division. Ready. I think that can be arranged. Ready. So, you send volunteer. That guy plus air wings. Go. And you do have an airbase. 40 planes! Yeah, I can do that. Because we just closed up like 40 close air support. Done. Oh, they're deploying still. Alright, marvellous. We should be getting... I thought we should be getting some planning prep, but we're not. Not yet, anyway. Tired of them not getting this cut off, so I'm going to do it for you. Ah, they pinned me. That's okay, it's a defensive battle. As long as these guys don't move away. Move out. Xinjiang clique erupts into war. It seems like the Western Gate between China and Central Asia has broken down into violence once again. Governor Jin Shuren's recent dispute with the Kumul has resulted in large contingents of volunteer soldiers rising up against the army garrison. Rumours say that the Turks of the far west are also preparing to defy the governor once again. The governor of Xinjiang should remain Chinese. Should he remain Chinese, represents a potential ally to the southern democratic cliques. The Kumuliks, however, seem to vary greatly in respect for Beijing to restless xenophobia, and the Eastern Turks doubtlessly would separate from China entirely should they win. Move out. My Indo-Chinese units have arrived. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Okay, so these guys are going to be led by Franz. And you are going to have... I mean, we're going to be doing medium tanks. Hobart's got his own thing determined. No, we're still going to send the infantry guys. There was someone down here. Yes, it was Prokofiev. So this is going to be the Russian Inverness infantry deployment. Okay. Okay, then you can stay there and defend. Coup d'etat in Algiers. The thinly veiled military junta of Marshal Philippe Pétain has fallen into a coup d'etat led by one of his former allies, General Henri Mordred. The legitimacy of the Marshal to rule has been steadily eroded by accusations of nepotism and corruption. An attempt to centralise power in his hands added accusations of tyranny to the long list of grievances against him, precipitating the coup. Pétain is now in custody and General Mordred has been elected head of state. Though he announced the civil liberties suspended under the previous regime would be restored and promised an eventual return to full democratic rule, the general has announced that for the time present a Comité de Salut National Salvation, made up of military men, experts and people that work in Parliament, would be created to best implement the reforms he feels are needed to retake the French mainland. The reactionaries are devouring each other. Alright, you work on that. You get your planning preparation, because I would really like to sort an attack while their organisation is low, though it's going to be mostly recovered by the time we start. Go! Dockyards. Finito. Lovely. Right then, next up, the British Rail reform. This is a big one. The British Rail Syndicate is a horrid state. By investing into our infrastructure, we will assure flawless cooperation between the syndicates all over the island. Oh yeah, you guys should be up there now, you're right. Well spotted. Gibraltar declared war on Najd and Horsa. We're in serious danger of being cut off here.
Move out.
Yeah, we really are.
Listen up.
East Turkestan declared war on Xinjiang clique. Cool. East Turkestan declared war on Kamal Khanate. No, I'm actually... Can I send an lease? Yes. I think I would like to. I'm going to send you 1,000 guns. Oops. And I'm going to send you 1,000 guns. Nice. Flanders has joined the Reichspakt. The balance of power has begun to shift, straining the delicate post-Weltkrieg order Germany long struggled to build. The brokering of this alliance may have consequences. Oh, and we have the illustrious done. So we now have 7 carriers. Ah, you have made some progress. Excellent. Let's see if we can get you out to there. Anqing took 6 states. Shandong have been annexed. Oh dear. Wallonia crisis. The rebellion in Flanders Wallonia has taken a vicious turn in recent weeks, with the open fighting the rise of the Walloon Commune flying the Coq-Hardy flag in town squares across the breakaway region. With German and Royalist forces gathered in the Meuse for a swift counter-attack, hopes for the survival of syndicalism in Wallonia fell onto Paris. With tensions rising between the German Empire and the Commune, it seems that France blinked first. Seemingly unwilling to bring down the wrath of Germany upon them, even now, France was unwilling to offer guarantees to the Walloon rebels. The survival of the independence movement now seems in doubt, and there are few who believe that King Adalbert's regime will now fall. However, war between the great powers was avoided. For now.
Taking aim.
And there we go. Germany's declared war on the Walloon Republic. We have a 100% bonus, which was going to be for you. And then the other one for you. I do wish it said somewhere how many bonuses you have. Pretty sure we have the 2, though. Huzzah! Pims and lemonade, the taste of a British summer. I haven't actually had any Pims this summer. Pims. Okay, next we have enough to go to partial mobilization, which requires 25 war support. We should be able to stay above that. And we also gain more oil. No, more fuel from oil. And this also means that we no longer have any penalties to construction. So we should probably get a couple of civilian factories out. GA seems to be too much for Indo-Chinese to handle. Possibly. They do have an awful lot of troops. I mean, if we take a look here. In fact, easier to look through that. They have 17 divisions. No, 17 factories planned. 2. And then probably about 20 divisions to the 14. So yeah, it's mostly an industrial advantage that they're enjoying at the moment. So yes, Indochina not up for the easiest of times. For sure. Still no Spanish Civil War. What's this? Oh, this is the giving land over, isn't it? I'm going to turn that off in case I click something by accident. So what are the options here? Cool. Cool. And I have a really bad feeling that Anqing is now going to be too much for us to handle. Because all the troops that they had north in Shandong is going to be facing off against us now. And I'd really like the left Kuomintang to not lose. So I'm going to send 3,000 guns to you. Do you have... convoys for this? Do you have any convoys? No. Have 50. Which also means I'm going to need to start building some convoys, I think. As time has passed, it's quickly become apparent that the global revolution requires far more than just devotion to the cause. With France and Britain being the only highly developed socialist countries in the world, it's become widely accepted they should launch a long-term research aid program for other countries, and thus began the so-called Phalanx der Internationale Research Organization, a branch of the Phalanx der Internationale program aimed at providing technological support for socialist countries all over the world. The question now is whether we should join in with this endeavour. Sounds good. I like how it gives me a choice. Chromium is now even lower. I'll go ahead and buy one more. So we can get those warships built as quickly as possible. And I'm going to double check to see if Indochina actually has convoys. Yeah, they do. So they should at least have a trickle of guns coming in. I hate that I can't see the numbers here. I mean, I can see when you're going to break, which isn't going to be anytime soon. But it's still very much something I need to be aware of. New units are ready for deployment. I think that can be arranged.
Ready to move.
How's the training coming along? You guys are actually very nearly finished, though I need to be careful that I don't use up all of the fuel here. Because the Air Force still needs it. Speaking of the Air Force, are we having an impact at all? I mean, we're gaining a lot of experience. Phalanx der Internationale Industrial Program. It's become apparent to many of the Internationale that it's the responsibility of all sufficiently developed syndicalist nations to provide industrial support to those nations less able to provide for themselves. The choice is now upon us to decide whether we should stand in solidarity with the workers around the world by helping implement a massive program of industrial aid alongside our French brothers in arms. Sounds like a great idea. Oh, I get another 100% buff? Cool. Not going to say no to that. And there we go, the Walloon Republic has been defeated. And it looks like we're about to be pushed back from here, and I do not trust that we're not going to lose this.
Taking aim. Move out.
I mean, we are getting a lot of experience from this, so some benefits to this being a rather
Ready.
ragged fight.
Listen up. All in.
Non-aggression with Norway. Absolutely. Definitely do that. See? See? Thankfully I moved to where the port is. And we'll hold on to... for Pete's sake. You just lost 4 divisions there, guys. 4. I saw it too late to do an interception attack. I mean, why are you attacking up here? Attack this! What are you trying to achieve with this, except for losing organization? Come on! Meanwhile, That's going to take about a year, but go ahead. And on the verge of 37, let's go with the fuel refining. Yeah, I know you can recall volunteers. Najd and Horsa took 3 states. Jabal Shammar have been annexed. British rail reform is finished. Okay, so let's go and expand the industry in Wales and the Midlands. And we'll start to really rapidly industrialise. The capitalist regime of the old neglected Wales and the Midlands for centuries and allowed, if not outright encouraged, the gradual depopulation of the region as its labourers migrated to England's southern cities for menial jobs. The great economic potential of these regions and its people thus remains largely untapped. For the benefit of all, we must invest. Thank you.
Come on, move out.
Neither of these civil wars seem to be going particularly well for us. I mean, being stuck in this pocket, I think, does mean that we're going to gain a ton of experience. But I do need to be careful that we don't just get fully routed. There's also going to be tying up quite a few of their troops, hopefully while the extra guns arrive to replace the 4 divisions that you morons just lost. Is there still a port down here that we can run away to? Yes. Jam in. The Liberal victory in Brazil, an alliance of the old guard, opposition members, and many types of liberals. The Liberal Party was seen as the second horse in the presidential race, but now it stands at the top with the dust settled, having edged the Republicans also narrowly. With a party programme based on the idealistic principles that were failed to be upheld by the First Republic, and a will to diversify and modernise the economy and bring growth back to the nation, the PL leadership will begin in January as preparations for the peaceful transfer of power occur. Time will tell if such an idealist and somewhat unstable government can keep the country on a good path in these troubling times. This bickering of capitalists doesn't bother us. I still haven't seen my planes appear in any of these battles. That's because they wouldn't.
Take it, cover.
I think I'm going to need you. Wait, what?
Keep on moving.
Do I need to use their convoys? So that's how that works. Six guns have arrived. Okay. Unfortunately, I think their left commandant's already dead. There's not a huge amount I can do to save him.
Your distance. Come on, move out. Taking aim.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to recall the volunteers. But I'm going to make a rule, if it isn't already, that if I recall volunteers, I can't send them there again. So we are done with this war. For a year. So December 37 I can send them again. Because yeah, you can immediately send them. The FOP requests manpower. The Workers' Front of Patagonia, known as the FOP, has requested that we aid their struggle in sending them manpower and equipment. Soon they will face war with the Argentinian government, and they need to be prepared for when it happens. If they succeed, they can become a permanent foothold in syndicalism in South America. We will send both guns and manpower to you. Best of luck. This is basically all the guns and stuff that we're not sending China now. Yeah, you can. That's so exploitable. Alright, well, I guess our focus is going to be down here now. Pukiev, it's all up to you. Such a softie, I never refuse to help my fellow syndicalists whenever I play Kaiserreich. Yeah, I think it is really important to give your buddies a hand in these conflicts. And yes, I mean, even though I personally am not here to help you anymore, I've lost so much land, I've lost all of this. Although you still have to fight through all of the mountains and the hills, so that fight is not over. I'm going to keep sending you guns. Like I said, December 37 is when I can send again. That's my rule. A year. These 3 ships will be done pretty early next year, actually. That's going to free up a lot of dockyards. And that's good. Mobile warfare is still happening. Nah, Trang looks like it may fall soon. Oh, and then you immediately got attacked. Great. Oh, they actually have fighters here. That's cheating! They're not allowed to use fighters. Patagonia seeks submarine support. The Patagonians have reached out to us in order to acquire our support in helping them establish a small navy. They're asking for a number of technical advisors, engineers and blueprints on submarines so they can better defend their waters and the limited resources. Absolutely. Thought you were actually going to ask for submarines. Italian democracy survives. After many months of terrorist acts by the ANI rocked the Italian Republic and caused many within the nation to doubt the government's ability to maintain order, a vote of no confidence was held in Milan today. If passed, many feared it would have signalled the Republic's collapse. By the narrowest of margins, the motion was defeated, and Prime Minister Giovanni Gronchi has announced from the steps of the government buildings that democracy in Italy had survived its greatest challenge, and the Republic would live on. That's an opportunity I want to exploit. Need to make sure that we hold on to this area. Mobile warfare completed. Plus 15 organisation for infantry. Heck yeah! Gimme, gimme, gimme! Ah, you cleared the pocket already. Brilliant. Well, in that case, let's put you guys there. And have you attacking there. Right, so that was concentrated industry. So we didn't have another 100%er. But we did. Maybe it was only for the extraction tax. Union Sindicalista achieves Italian majority. The 5th Congress of the Socialist Republic of Italy has ended with the Union Sindicalista led by Palmiro Tagliati continuing its mandate for achieving a majority of seats in the government. The Union Sindicalista has held control of the Republic since the end of the Weltkrieg, and this continuation of the regime signals a likely solidification of their alliance with the Commune of France.